Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am showing you how to make this incredibly easy eggless orange cake recipe with a mango fudge frosting. This cake, you guys, is so indulgent. If you've never had orange and mango together, it is a combination that is truly out of this world, and it's so incredible. There's the citrus notes from the orange and the creaminess of the mango, and they pair so well. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 170 degrees Celsius. Here in a bowl now, I have some yogurt, which is just normal dahi from the stores. I have some milk and some orange juice. It's freshly squeezed orange juice. Into this now, I'm going to add some baking soda and baking powder and then start whisking it. As soon as you start whisking this, you will start to notice a reaction taking place. You will see how frothy and fizzy this is getting. It is absolutely brilliant because this is going to add an incredible amount of lightness to our cake. Now, you remember in my earlier videos we used the reverse creaming method, but not for this recipe. We are going to make it all in one bowl. Let this sit for about 3 to 4 minutes. It will keep getting fizzy and bubbly and frothy. Now it's been about 4 minutes now, and I'm going to give it a quick whisk, and you see that it's still bubbling away. That's perfect. Now in this mix itself, we're going to start adding the rest of our cake ingredients. So here I have some all-purpose flour. Into this I'm going to add some castor sugar. Into this now, I am also going to add some zest of an orange. It just adds more freshness. There's actually 2 oranges. All the quantities for the ingredients are down in the description box below. Just add the zest in as well. Oh my god guys, this cake tastes of fresh oranges. It's so incredible. And now we're gonna add some edible vegetable oil, which is preferably flavorless. That would be better. Any vegetable oil or any oil, basically edible oil, is perfect. We're just going to chuck all of that in, and now with my whisk I'm just going to combine everything. I know you must be wondering what is going on and how is this going to work, but it absolutely works. In fact, I have an entire ebook that I have prepared on this called One Bowl Wonders, and you can purchase it. All the links are down in the description box below. It's for $200 only, and it's really incredible. I also have some bonus eggless macaron recipes in that ebook, so don't forget to purchase it. It's for ₹200 and it's down in the description box below. Now you can see I've given it a good mix with my whisk, and it's nice and silky and smooth. Now here I have an 8-inch cake tin. I have greased it and lined the bottom with parchment paper. I'm going to start pouring this cake batter into this 8-inch cake tin. Now I have used a 1 8-inch cake tin. What you can do is you could use 2 6-inch cake tins and make a layer cake as well if you wish. So just, chuck the batter into this cake tin and make sure that once you have done that, you sort of level it out so that it's not lopsided when it bakes. Look at how thick and lush that batter looks, guys. Now finally what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shuffle it around and tap it on the surface so it releases the air bubbles to the surface. Now this will bake in the oven at 170 degrees Celsius for about 45 minutes. Just insert a skewer or a knife in the center of the cake and make sure that it comes out clean at the end of 45 minutes, and then let the cake cool down completely. And while that's happening, we'll work on our mango fudge frosting. By now guys, you know that I am a big fan of fudge frostings. I discovered this first when I was making my fudge frosting vanilla cake, which you guys have loved so much, and then I also went ahead and made a cream cheese coconut frosting, fudge frosting for my cranberry cake for Christmas, and that too you guys absolutely loved. So here we are making our mango fudge frosting for our cake. Here in a saucepan, the gas is off. There's no heat going on here. I have some cream, which is just fresh cream, 25% fat minimum. To that I've added some mango puree. The mango puree is basically just mangoes that I've chopped up and blended in the blender and then weighed it out. And some butter. I've used salted butter. If you're not using salted, if you're using unsalted, then you can add a pinch of salt later on once the entire cooking is done. And then you will see that I've also added some sweetened condensed milk. Once I've added all of the ingredients, I'll turn on the heat, and the heat right now is high because I want all of this to melt. Once everything melts, I turn the heat all the way down to low. Remember guys, all the way down to low, and then you're going to continue cooking this for about 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, it will start to get really thick. Now a lot of you keep asking this question that the butter separates. Don't worry about it, just keep whisking. You cannot go wrong with this frosting, you just can't. Also use a non-stick pan so nothing sticks to the bottom. Okay, now you can see that it's been about 11 to 12 minutes and it has thickened up a lot. Even if you find that the butter separates, do not panic, there's nothing to worry, just keep mixing it, because we're going to cool this down in the fridge and then we're going to mix it again. So even if anything separates, it's going to combine again, so don't worry about it. So it's been 12 minutes, we've taken it off the heat, and now I'm going to pour this, or transfer it rather, to another bowl, just so that it cools down. You almost see that it's got a custard like consistency, which is so brilliant. As this cools down in the refrigerator for 4 to 5 hours, or preferably overnight guys, this thing is going to become magical. When you taste it, it's almost going to taste like mango barfi. So what you're going to do now is just pop this into the fridge for about 4 to 5 hours, or preferably overnight. It's going to be thick and nice, and look what has happened the next day. It has completely thickened up. It literally is so luxurious and creamy. One of my viewers actually also recommended that we whip up this frosting. It becomes even lighter and fluffier. I haven't tried that yet, but I definitely will be doing in a future video, and we can get from there. So you can also whisk it up if you wish. So here's my cake, it's out of the oven. Now you're going to let that sit for about 15 to 20 minutes in the cake tin itself. Do not handle it when it's super hot, because you can break the cake. So what you're going to do is let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes. After that, now I'm going to use my knife and run the knife along the edges of the cake tins so that the cake can loosen up from the sides. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to invert this cake and then transfer it onto my serving plate, so that it gets more time to cool down. Now remember, the cake has to be completely cool before you frost it with the fudge frosting, or any frosting for that matter, because if the cake is warm and you ice it at that point, everything is going to melt. Okay, so this is my cake again the next day. I like to make the frosting and the cake the day before and assemble everything on the next day. So here is my cool down orange cake, and on that now I'm going to start applying or spreading my mango fudge frosting. I like to keep it super rustic. We don't have to be perfectionists here. After all, it's the taste of the cake that matters the most. Okay, and this cake tastes absolutely incredible. So I'm just going to go around the cake and just frost it and make these little tiny swishes and swirls. I just love frosting the cake this way. It's got a super rustic, super casual looking feel to it, and I absolutely love frosting my cake this way. You'll notice that I've done this for a lot of my cakes that I've made in recent times. Now, because this is an orange and mango cake, I'm obviously going to top this with some orange and mango slices. So I have some orange wedges and some chopped mango pieces that I'm just going to go around the circumference of the cake. And that's it. This is my eggless orange cake made using one bowl only, and I have topped it with this amazing, almost mango barfi tasting mango fudge frosting. Look how glorious this cake is. But obviously, just looking at it is no good. We're going to slice right into it because I have zero patience. And look how fluffy that cake is when you cut into it. It's almost like a sponge. It bounces back. And believe me, you guys, I was skeptical when I first thought, of combining everything together. I didn't know if the cake would turn out well, but I've created an entire ebook around this concept of baking your cakes in just one bowl. And this is just another recipe following that same principle. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you again. Until then, goodbye and happy baking.